The AI revolution is unfolding on Wall Street, with JP Morgan taking the lead. The lender advertised over 3,600 AI-related roles in the 3 months to April. Now, that's forced its rivals to play catch-up in a race that many are urging caution over. That includes the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. That's the subject of today's Big Take, and let's bring in our fintech reporter, Aisha Ghani, on that. Aisha, which Wall Street banks are making the most effort to adopt AI?
Right, the hunt for AI talent is certainly on. We see JP Morgan leading the race. They're scooping up thousands of AI talent. We're talking about data engineers to quant, from ethics and governance. But then we have other banks such as Deutsche Bank, and they're using the technology to screen potential, ING are using the technology to screen potential defaulters. We also have BNP Paribas using the technology to speak to clients through their chatbots, and also to detect fraud and money laundering. So the hunt is definitely on, and the race for AI talent is definitely underway.
I mean, it's interesting because, this has kind of been brought to the forefront because of ChatGPT, because everyday users can now access it. But of course, as you mentioned, I mean, this has been ongoing. When we look at the future, when you look, 10, 20, what have you years out, how will AI change the banking industry?
That's a great question. And the thing to remember is that AI has already changed banking. And if we look at machine learning, banks have been using this technology for many decades already. They had already brought in astrophysicists to deal with their underwriting, for example. But what we're seeing right now is super curious. We have the maturation of AI. It seems as though we're seeing new technologies every week. And then also the speed in which we're seeing this development. And with ChatGPT, we're seeing this acceleration. So mundane tasks are only going to become even faster.
Now, when we're thinking about just how real this application is, how much of this is just hype?
That is such a great question. And the thing is, around this time last year, or even before that, everyone was talking about crypto. All the investors were pouring their money into crypto companies. And now when I go to conferences, everyone's speaking about AI. But this is different. Some people are saying that the revolution within AI is akin to the transformations we saw in the Industrial Revolution. I spoke to Tom Blomfield, the founder of Monzo, last week, and he said that it was like the transformation we saw of the internet. These technologies are being used at a very foundational level, and we're seeing new user cases every single day. So I think it's very different from just a hype. This is very real, and this is going to transform banking as we know it.
There are certainly critics, though, of this transformation. What have been some of the skepticism, some of the concerns of this, of relying on the robots rather than the humans?
That's right. Warren Buffett was one of those, saying that you can't undo some of this invention. I mean, I've been speaking to people in this space, and it's about the challenges of the expenses, for example. ChatGPT costs around $14 to process a document, whereas if you hired a lawyer, it would cost around like $6. There's also the issue of bank systems being pretty clunky. Some of them haven't even transferred onto the cloud. So there's a lot of strides that they still have to take. And, I deal with fintechs all the time. Klarna CEO spoke to Bloomberg TV last week, and he said every single one of his employees are given a ChatGPT account. So they've got, a lot of competition as well in this space. I'm curious about what this means for the early movers and those that are left behind, for sure.